Hey guys, Indie Prepper here. Going to be starting a relatively short series on the Gerber Bear Grylls line of tools and blades and accessories for bushcraft. Now I know this series of blades and equipment is much maligned out there among the real bushcraft community, but honestly, I think they're okay. I don't have any major problems with them. Are they the finest blades ever made? Well, no. But for the price point, they're a decent way to get into bushcraft. Now, you may say the Bear Grylls TV show and all that stuff is a little over the top and attracts a bunch of screwballs. Well, maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. But honestly, does it attract some people to bushcraft and personal self-reliance, etc.? Well, that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. I think that's a good thing. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not, but the whole prepping world, I like it. Nice sense of security. So I picked up, obviously you can see, some of the gear here and used quite a bit over the last couple of years. I don't have a problem with any of them, frankly, for what they're worth and what they're useful for. I would not say they're all survival gear necessarily, but they're nice for prepping, etc. They're usable gear, and frankly, any blade's better than none. You know, there's nothing wrong with these blades. They're by Gerber. Gerber makes great stuff. Not the highest end, but for your average guy, it's okay. So you got some guy wanting to get into bushcraft and he happens to pick something like this up at Walmart or one of your big box stores. Well, it's a start, okay? It's not some of your higher end blades, but that's fine. That's not what you have to have. If you watch my channel, you know I've got a lot of higher end stuff that I don't tend to do reviews on, but I've got better stuff. I like the cheaper stuff. I just like seeing what I can do with a nice beater blade, and it's going to do the job just fine. It's minimal difference between some of my $30 knives and some of my $130 knives. I like the $130 knives better, but again, I've got the cash for that. Most people don't. So we're going to be covering the Bear Grylls line here to a certain extent. I know they've just come out with some newer stuff that I've not picked up yet. A little collapsible saw, a little clip point knife, canteen water bottle, all that type of stuff. I'll probably pick those up at some point. So we're going to be talking about these individually, so I'm not going to go into all the details here, but I'd have to say that every one of these blades and tools that I've got here is perfectly functional and usable for its general intended purpose. You know, this little folder knife is not going to be good for batoning and all that, but neither is any other little folder, okay? I can use a Mora knife for more than I can this or even this, but again, these are folders. That's not what they're for. This is a little mini tool. It's a mini tool. That's what it is. Fire striker, survival knife, machete. We're going to talk about them. I would feel perfectly comfortable, you know, with my options and picking what I want to, taking any of this out in the bush and using it. I'd be fine with it. No problem at all. So we're going to go over these piece by piece, you know, here in future videos, in a little mini series, if you will. And if I get the other stuff, I'll probably talk about it in the newer things. But let me go ahead and give a little basic little review of all these. They have great handles on them. Every last one of them has a great handle on them. This rubberized grip on them here, which I'll talk about individually with each one, feels great. It's wonderful if your hands are wet or bloody or whatever they happen to be, sweaty. These are fine. There's nothing wrong with them. A lot of people talk about these being tacky with the big BG Bear Grylls and the orange. Well, if you've seen my previous videos, I would say that orange is not a bad thing. You can see it, you can find it. If you drop this thing in the woods for some reason, falls out of your pocket, falls off your belt, you drop it, you know, whatever, you're going to have an easier time finding this bright orange color than you will something that's tactical black, okay? And I like all my tactical black stuff. I do. That's fine. But out in the woods, orange may be better, just because you can find it again, just in case it happens to fall off you. No problem with that. You know, find it at night, whatever. Orange is going to be easier. There's a reason hunters wear blaze orange out when deer hunting. Okay? You can see it. That's not necessarily a bad thing. We say it's not as concealable. Who cares? Honestly, if somebody's close enough to see the orange on this knife, I'm screwed anyway. They're going to find me anyhow. Who cares? So, I would say this entire line is very reasonably priced for your average user and reasonably durable for your average user. Like I say, it's not as good as my Blind Horse Knives Bushcrafter or anything like that, but again, that's, what was that, 130 bucks or something for a fixed blade. This one was, I believe, 35. This is a good starter blade. Got lots of options to it. So we're going to be talking about the whole series here slowly over time, at least all the series that I've got, and probably be adding some of the stuff once I pick it up of the newer line they've just come out with this season. So, hope you guys enjoy it. If you don't, well, you're lost. Indie Prepper, out.